Welcome, dear Thriver, to Thriver TV. You may have heard about attachment styles in regard to relationships, but how does this play out in narcissistic relationships? How can we recognize these different styles and move ourselves away from disordered people into secure relationships? That's what we're going to go through today in our Thriver TV episode, looking at each style, what it means, as well as how to heal from a particular style, especially if it's plaguing your ability to have secure and healthy relationships. I'm also going to grant NARP members the actual quantum freedom healing shifts to heal your attachment style quickly and powerfully. And also know you may have more than one type of attachment style. Many people do. Let's start off with the attachment style secure attachment. Actually doesn't need healing, but it's helpful to look at this because we know that, well, we're either there or we still need to heal towards this. So what is secure attachment? What this looks like is an ability to give love and affection without being hung up on what's coming back at you. So, like, I didn't get a text answer within an amount of time. That's not secure. Okay, we don't have those feelings if you have secure attachment. It's also an ability to receive love and attention whilst being able to have a healthy sense of yourself, having your own interests outside of a partner and allowing him or her to have their own life as well. It's about you don't feel threatened or insecure. Many people with secure relationship styles, they can't fathom other people's relationship drama and they would not participate in it because it just isn't their programming. It's not their reality. People with secure attachment style, they tend to form relationships with other people who also have secure attachment style. That's water finding its own level. And it's not to say that they're always going to have perfect relationships, but they don't have the narcissistic struggles that we have in our relationships or had. The reason is because these individuals from an early age experienced caretakers who allowed them space and could give them love and soothing in healthy ways. They knew from a young age it was safe to give and experience love, as well as detach and be their own individual self in the world. Now, let's move on to the first of our painful attachment styles. It's the anxious style. And this is a person who feels insecure, jealous, distrusting of their partner. If the other person does something without them, they may doubt their loyalty and devotion and feel like that they could be abandoned or replaced. So texting, talking, or posting could trigger fears of indiscretion or unfaithfulness. If the other person goes missing for a period of time, they could imagine that this person is up to no good and is lying to them on their return. Such a style is confusing for many people in our wonderful community, as it was for myself as well. Because with narcissists, we experienced people we couldn't trust and they were adulterous. And because of this, it's been difficult to trust good people in our life because of our past. This attachment style is one of the most, if not the most common, that people exhibit in our community. And it's the style that I'd most severely taken on myself, definitely. I really want you to understand, however, the deep truth at the quantum level is that whether we have a reason for our feelings or not, we really do want to heal from them. These anxious traumas generating anxious attachment style, they're in our body, but nobody can heal them for us other than ourselves. And if we hang on to inner trauma, it doesn't keep us safe from deceptive people because of quantum law. So within, so without. Whatever you're vibrating on inside of you is what you're going to keep experiencing outside of you. Because what you fear, you keep experiencing more of that. It's the losing of these triggers, the letting go of them, which keeps us safe and healthy because we're not going to tolerate disrespectful, disloyal people. We're no longer in a match for them emotionally. We stop being attracted to them. And also, we can heal our insecurities so as to enjoy good, honest people in our life rather than sabotage their love because of our unhealed fears. Good, secure attachment style people, they're too healthy to put up with having to walk on broken glass around our insecurities, and it's not their job. So, what caused us to have this style and experience the reality of it in our life? More of the same. We were distrusted, micromanaged, and controlled by caretakers, not being believed when we told the truth and being accused of things that we didn't do. This behavior is familiar to us, and what we hated receiving is exactly what we perpetrate on those we love until we heal it. And many of us could say, I'm like this because of the adult narcissistic relationship. Yet, truly, and I know it's true for a lot of us, if we're honest with ourselves, many of us had this anxious, triggered tendency and these feelings anyway. And it did relate to the way we were brought up as kids. So, my suggested NARP shifts with this is module 4, and you set the intention I'm targeting the traumas of injustice and pain that I felt as a child. And also set the intention, once you've cleared those, that I'm targeting the betrayals that I received from the narcissist. And that's actually what the module 4 work is all about. Clean those out until nothing remains. And then use the goal setting module. And you can set this goal. It's safe to love, trust, and let go. I allow and receive space to be independent. And I know all information that I need to keep me safe is always going to come to me. So, or word it in a way that it feels right for you. Clear everything in the way of that until you get to a 10 out of 10. Take it from me personally, because I had to do these shifts. You're not going to know yourself after these quantum shifts. Your anxious tendencies will melt away. So let's have a look at the avoidant style. This is another very typical type of person who gets abused by narcissists. And it may not look like that on the surface, but when you understand the deeper layers, it makes sense. If you're avoidant, it means you would rather go it alone. You find it hard to ask for help, accept help, or delegate tasks to other people. You take most things on yourself. You don't want the messy attachments of letting people into your life where you may be entwined with them or let down by them. You find it very hard to share with people what it is that you need and like. And you struggle to lay boundaries. If somebody oversteps a mark or says or does something that doesn't feel comfortable or okay, you'd rather not speak up. You don't stand in your own truth, values, and rights. You don't stand up for what you need with others. So you keep your distance from people. You don't have many relationships. And the ones that you do, you find it difficult to express love or your feelings. Now, very cleverly, narcissists can come into an avoidance life pretending to be everything that this person has been craving. And they appear to be without the mess and the complications that the avoidant feels they have with other people. So it goes like this for the avoidant in relation to their perception of the narcissist. This person gets me and understands me and gives to me without strings. This person feels like me. It's safe to connect with this person. Whereas the narcissist was merely mimicking you, felt you out, and appeared to be everything you needed to feel like this person was your other half. Narcissists love to get with avoidance. Avoidants are very capable people who are usually very stable practically, very responsible, and they're going to take on the heavy burdens themselves. They're not going to put pressure on the narcissist to show up, step up, or provide or do the right thing. The avoidant is the perfect partner for a narcissist if the narcissist wants to be a narcissist and create numerous messes of irresponsibility and ridiculousness. And the avoidant, who by this stage is well and truly hooked in and trauma bonded, will clean up all of the messes for the narcissist. Many avoidant people, before a narcissist comes into their life, have had short term relationships with people that they don't fully commit to, including secure attachment people who could be really healthy for them. They'll opt out before it gets truly committed. However, a narcissist can capture their heart on a very deep level. Let me know in the comments if this has happened to you. Now, if we go deeper again, there's an absolute energetic match going on here. A narcissist is the ultimate avoidant because they never connect or commit to anybody. I mean, it may look like they do, but they emotionally never do, because a narcissist is only committed to their own false self, their ego. And everybody is merely a tool to serve the true master, the false self. Yet, the narcissist convinces the avoidant that they are the ultimate person worth committing to. So an avoidant may give them their heart. So let's look at how the avoidant personality forms in the first place. As a result of not being validated or valued as a child, by experiencing feelings of being unworthy of emotional and practical attention and support. So the child at some stage has learned to give up and not ask for stuff, not ask for attention or care, and only rely on themselves because the constant rejection became too painful. Or an avoidant person may form as a result of a child receiving attention and care, but it came with so many controlling or abusive strings that the child decided to disconnect and not ask for what they need and look after their needs for themselves. And in this case, the anxious connection style and avoidance style may be interconnected. I've seen this combination often in this community. So again, let me know in the comments if that's true for you. So NARPers who recognize the unhealed avoidant pattern within yourself, here are my healing suggestions. Use module 1 or the source healing and resolution module, which is a personal favorite of mine to clear up traumas. Targeting your inner trauma about being invisible, unimportant, and unloved as a child and not supported. Clear it all out until you can't feel it in your body anymore. And then with the goal setting module, set this goal. It's safe to connect, ask for what I need, and receive it from available people. Okay. And I can speak up and connect in my relationships safely. Okay, that's important. So with goal setting, as always, you set the goal, you do the healings, clearing all of you that's in resistance to that until you become emotionally that goal, until it's a 10 out of 10. And you've shifted and you've changed hugely within your own inner being. You've reprogrammed it. Now, I would also suggest working with module 6 in NARP diligently, because this is the module about not getting trapped into taking responsibility for others who are not taking responsibility for themselves. Just follow the instructions, because avoidants do that a lot. Now, let's look at the next style. And this is a step up in even more trauma programming. We're going to look at the fearful avoidant. And the reason I've included this style, some people don't, is because our wonderful community, sadly, is filled with people expressing this style. And it's perfectly understandable. Now, when you have fearful avoidance style, you would love to be in love and be healthily loved, like most people, but you're too fearful of trying again. You may be terrified, literally, of getting hurt again, going through the heartbreak, the losses, and the carnage of another failed relationship, which, of course, narcissistic abusive relationships can leave you feeling this way. And there are people in this category who say, well, never say never, but I'm never going to pursue it. And this person would have to show up and be exactly what I'm looking for. But really, their defenses and their expectations are so high that it's probably never going to happen. Or they could be so vigilantly looking for red flags and narcissism anytime they come across a potential person that they're just not going to connect. They'll run in the opposite direction. So what causes this style? Severe trauma, things like neglect, rejection, abuse, or volatile or unpredictable circumstances. Many people seem to express this style in adulthood after experiencing narcissistic relationships, yet many have had periods in their life of years and years alone from time to time, even before the significant trauma of narcissism. And they were expressing really avoidance anyway. And oftentimes these people did experience severe trauma in childhood, and their adult relationships just were getting worse and worse every time they took the risk of starting a new relationship. And again, if that was you, let me know in the comments, because I've seen that a lot. Now, sadly and tragically, when this style is active within you, the relationships that may get your attention are like the normal classic avoidant, are highly pathological and severely traumatic narcissists, knowing how to appear as the person worth risking a relationship for. When I've worked with people in this community to heal from this and come back from this, they have to be willing to believe that they can heal and that they can let go of the defenses and the pain and still be safe. And also realize that when they do this, this is not about being open to another relationship and subjected to the pain and the fear and the possibility of one. It's about healing the traumas within yourself, and you don't even have to put yourself at risk with another relationship while you're doing this. And the entire NARP program is that system, step by step, from module one onwards to module 10, to go free from the significant trauma of abusive people from childhood through to adulthood. There are many fearful avoidants who've gone on to beautiful lives and relationships and now express themselves as the secure style, and they attract people who are the secure style. Okay, let's go on to disorganized. This is another highly traumatized attachment style, and it slightly differs to the avoidant in that these people do seek out love. They crave it. They're frenetic about it. They are often not alone. Yet in relationships, they suffer from highly charged and destabilizing feelings of needing constant attention and reassurance, yet struggle to trust it and accept it. These people have very low self-esteem and don't value themselves and don't believe that they're lovable. And they get in very dramatic, painful, explosive, abusive relationships. Here we have a lot of unhealed trauma from childhood. It's not these people's fault. And it often has come from a disordered, sick, personality disordered, usually caretaker, who was volatile, abusive, dismissive, and unpredictable. Now, we may not think that narcissists would want to target these people. They do actually target these people a lot because you may believe that narcissists are only interested in people who have lots to offer, who may not be this traumatized. It's untrue for a couple of reasons, because disordered and attachment style people can be like any style. They can be highly attractive. And also these people have often achieved creative, they're really creative, amazing people, and even great success in their chosen fields. There are many people who overcompensate in the real world as a result of painful childhoods. And additionally, disorganized people are often exciting, they're funny, and they are very generous with their sex and affection because they crave connection and they suffer from lack of boundaries, which makes it very easy for narcissists to enmesh with them and then use them for their own purposes. But it's also really important to know that if we have unhealed trauma, then, narcissists come in because this is what causes them to be able to target us. The fact that we don't have a strong, defined self and healthy boundaries at this stage. And it definitely happens with disorganized people. Narcissists also love the drama of being with people who are highly emotionally affected by them. So for narcissists, good or bad attention, it's all the same. It's attention and it feeds their ego. Plus, the narcissistic, sadistic streak loves emotionally beating people up who are already traumatized, because it's how the narcissist offloads their own unhealed trauma onto somebody else and then turn it all around and make it their fault. Please have hope if you know that you've been locked into the disorganized style because of the trauma in your life. Because in this community, I've had many disorganized attachment style people over the 10 plus years heal their deep wounds with NARP and go on to create wonderful relationships with their own self and life, and then healthy others. But of course, it takes the inner work, it takes self-dedication, and they need to go on a determined relationship fast until they work through their inner healing. And with NARP, often it's around 6 to 12 months before they can start thinking about relationships to make sure that they are steady and secure in their own self-worth and their own self-value and boundaries, and then start understanding thriver empowered dating so that they don't hand their power and their souls away, again, to narcissistic people. And if they do this, the results can be fabulous. So if you're one of these people who broke through from that attachment style, and I know I have a few of you as friends from this community who are doing amazingly, please share your results in the comment section so that you can give other people hope, because it's very painful being in that attachment style. Now, I want to address the question that I know is burning for you. Where do narcissists fit into attachment styles? The short answer is nowhere. And as thrivers and healing, we really don't want to try to work them out. But there's absolutely no value in working out a narcissist attachment style, because there's a dire overlay here that shrouds all styles when we're talking about narcissists. The narcissist is a false self, and that means they've buried their true self. They've created a fictitious character ego in its place. They're not operating from self-awareness or a desire to heal anything. They also don't view relationships as treating others as anything other than objects to feed their false selves. Narcissists could exhibit some of the traits of the relationship styles, but what I'm talking about as solutions today doesn't apply to them because narcissists don't do relationships. They do takeovers. They do harvesting and exploiting other people at those people's expense. They're not interested in relationship and unity as we are. So I hope that makes sense. All right. So I hope that today's Thriver TV has helped you understand the truth of how this all played out with narcissists, as much as I've enjoyed creating it. And please let me know in the comments what attachment style you relate to. Have you healed beyond that now? Are you still in that? Would you like to heal it? And if today's Thriver TV resonated with you and you would love to start healing with NARP, myself, and our incredible community, then please consider becoming a NARP member today. And no, you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to heal on your own at all. You've got myself and the other MTE Thrivers here in the program and the private forum to help you every step of the way, 24/7, 365. Okay, so until the next one, please remember to like and subscribe. Pass this video on, share it with anybody else you know it could help. And remember, keep smiling, keep healing, and keep thriving because there is nothing else to do. Lots of love. Bye-bye.